All right, so fire signs, your overall energy is the Two of Wands. So if you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there could be something going on where you're anticipating something. Maybe you've taken some sort of action, and now you're just kind of waiting to see what your next move is going to be. So I kind of feel like you are in a planning mood, and I also feel like you are motivated.
Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
You also have the Page of Cups, the Emperor. Then you have the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. All right, so like I said, it seems like you are anticipating, like maybe you're hearing some sort of news. Maybe you're waiting to see how the outcome is going to go. And it does also indicate that maybe you're torn, or you have like two options. And see, it kind of looks like, maybe something happened where you did make some sort of a game move. And then you just kind of like, threw it out there, or you were like just waiting to see what happens. Let's see how this goes. It may have something to do with what you're passionate about. It also could be that you're torn between two people or two different situations. But whatever the case, I feel like there is a decision to part ways, or take a break, at least. It does seem like maybe something could be temporary or for the time being. But I feel like there's something strategic to this decision. Now, it could be that this is your decision, that you have decided that you're gonna, separate, or there is someone who's been trying to make a decision in regards to you, and there could be a decision to part ways or separate. I do feel like maybe someone could be hurt or wounded. Either you could be hurt by someone's decisions, or they're hurt by yours, or something that was said. Now, another thing that could be going on is that someone is hurting because of the distance. Maybe there is someone out there who is just kind of like head over heels over you, and this person has been thinking about you, or maybe even watching from a distance, and maybe this person just misses you, or maybe you miss each other, but it could be that someone from a distance is heartbroken, like they're thinking about you. They wish they could talk to you or hear from you. Whatever's going on, though, I kind of feel that something seems like you're having to tread water, like you're having to be very cautious in regards to how you say something or how you approach a situation. I also feel that maybe you're trying to educate yourself It's something that you're trying to do and you're trying to maybe improve your situation or trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. It's also possible that because of a separation, it drives you to go in a different direction, to study or do some sort of research. It seems like there's also going to be like a fine line between intuition and heart. Well, intuition and logic. It still seems like you're having to experience this period of darkness or unknown. Not darkness as in sad, just darkness as in the dark. Like not knowing what's going to happen next, not knowing where you're headed, but you're just kind of like going through the motions. But this is an indication that you have to trust what you feel and be patient. You might have to take baby steps towards something that you're wanting to do or accomplish. Because it's like, think of it, if you were running in the dark, you just want to get to some light. You're not going to be running, like you're on a track team. You're going to kind of be cautiously, your hands are going to be out, you're going to be touching things, because it's like you don't know, you're trying to be careful. You could be in a situation that is kind of tricky to navigate. I do feel that, you will find some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. And it also looks like a situation turns out to be good. Maybe you'll find that you have a lot of recognition or support from people that you need it from. Maybe you had to separate from a relationship or a job, and maybe you kept it a secret. You didn't know what to say to people. And now maybe something has happened where you have the confidence to share, what you've been going through or what happened. And I feel like people are supportive of, whatever it is that you're sharing with them. People are understanding that you had to leave this person or leave this job or move or relocate. So that's another possibility that I'm seeing here, is maybe someone having to pack up their things and leave, find, sanctuary someplace else. If you are leaving, it still feels like you're excited about it, or you're confident in this decision. It does seem like there is a path that is being illuminated for you. And it seems too like you've already been through the trenches. Like you've gone through the most difficult part. So I feel that some sort of difficult journey is coming to an end. And so you should see some sort of relief. There's still an energy, though, of having to be independent or do everything on your own. Maybe it seems like you don't have the help except for like cheerleaders. Like you have people cheering you on, but like you're doing all the hard work. you're having to still do everything on your own. It also could be that you had to make some sort of executive decision, do what's for the best, regardless of how other people felt about it in the beginning. Yeah. So it definitely seems like you're crossing some sort of bridge. And I do feel that you will have found a way to get from point A to point B, especially if you're in the middle of a situation where you don't know where things are headed. Now, also in regards to your dreams, I feel like maybe your dreams are going to be giving you or sending like messages to you. If you haven't already had these premonitions, there should be some premonitions that start to come to pass. But if it hasn't happened yet, I feel like you're going to start to have premonitions, and your premonitions are trying to let you know that your situation will work itself out. I do feel that you're going to find where you should be. Yeah. If a situation was toxic or unhealthy for you, I feel like you had to leave, or that is what you're deciding to do. You're maybe screaming internally or maybe externally and just kind of saying that you can't take it anymore. Maybe something's going on where your soul is just crying out like, get us out of here. So I feel like you are severing ties with any situation where you felt was unhealthy, or you felt trapped or depressed. Spiritually, there's a possibility that something is being broken, like if you were under a spell or a curse. I feel like something was temporary, and now it is breaking. Another thing that I'm seeing is that that person who is missing you has been trying to indirectly let you know that they miss you or have been thinking about you. But I feel like they've been doing it in a way that could have been unhealthy. Maybe someone got to a point where they became obsessive. It can be a situation where someone loves you so much till they hurt you. Or cause harm. Anything that felt like manipulation or like you were being manipulated, it just seems like you're moving on from that. Yeah. So, like I said, it does look like you are doing some sort of research or studying. Something is lighting up your path. You also could be coming up with some sort of ideas, like you're getting like all these ideas and you're like, oh, I should do this. And maybe you're kind of like writing things down or trying certain things out. If you are an inventor, you might be getting something patented. It feels like you are doing research or gaining knowledge, learning about secrets. You could be looking into like secret groups, secret societies, trying to understand something. I feel like you're also trying not to judge a situation without understanding it. So even if initially you did prejudge a person or a situation, it seems like now you're like, let me educate myself. Let me walk in this person's shoes. Let me, you know, you're becoming very diplomatic in your decision. And so I feel like you are trying to inform yourself and get like a higher knowledge or understanding about why people do what they do, or trying to understand someone. It just feels like you're trying to gain some sort of knowledge. Now, it's also possible that you could be invited to join some sort of small group or organization, or maybe you're just trying to start your own. You're like, what does it take to do this? Let me see what I need to get this started. I feel that I kind of feel like you already made some sort of decision though, but at the same time, you're trying to learn from it. I feel like you're trying to understand things from all perspectives. You might be quietly taking some sort of an assessment of your situation or quietly observing something. It does seem like you're trying to quietly sort some things out, or you're doing something in private. You're like, let me sort these things out. Let me figure out what to do next. I still kind of feel like there was some sort of decision to split or leave. And now you're trying to figure out what to do next or what your next move is going to be. I feel like you're not wanting to rush into anything. Now, there could be another thing going on where someone made the decision to let you go or move on from you. And now this person is somewhere kind of like thinking about what happens next or what to do. There is some opportunity that's going to be presented to you. Even if you feel like you're currently in a dark about things, at some point, I feel that when you come to the light, you'll know exactly what you need to do. It seems to be a lot of people cheering you on, or acknowledging your presence or something that you've done. There could be some changes happening in your career or your status or how you're seen in the public. If there is something that you're updating on social media, especially on Facebook, it seems like you could be updating some sort of good news. Now, in a love situation, there is a possibility of being pursued by more than one person. Could be an air sign, earth sign, and fire sign. It could be water, but those other three are coming out the strongest. This could also give you some sort of an ego boost to know that multiple people are interested in you. I feel like you're being pursued. Whether that is career, like being recruited or like headhunted, or pursued in love, it just seems like you're being pursued. I feel like you're being seen. It almost seems too like you're being put in the spotlight, like you've been in hiding and people are wondering like, where have you been? Like, why, how did this resume end up at the bottom? Or if you've been at the company for years, it's like, why haven't I seen your work before? Like, this is great. Like, it just seems like you're finally coming out from some sort of shadows, and getting some sort of recognition. So in a sense, like being given your flowers. I feel like something is also leading towards respect. If this is talking about relationships, it could be connecting with people who respect you. People who see your worth and put you on a pedestal. Yeah. So something is giving you a sense of responsibility. You could be getting a promotion or some sort of recognition that gives you responsibility. If you're entering a relationship, it just seems like it's some sort of commitment that requires responsibility. There's a possibility that you're learning something about your health that will be a burden off of you because now you have some sort of knowledge and you know what to do. So that's possible as well. It does look like I said, you're coming to the end of something, or like fulfillment. There's been a fulfillment, some sort of completion of sorts. For some of you, you could be moving or relocating. Maybe you're moving for work, or like, some sort of position requires you to travel, or maybe you're being transferred. There could also be some sort of official announcement being made. If this is about moving, I feel that you had to complete, necessary steps or follow the rules. I feel like whatever responsibility is being handed to you, you're also kind of like prideful and guarding something with your life, or you feel honored, or like you're like, it's an honor. You also might finally have a sense of belonging. Yeah. All right, so let's pull some energy cards for you guys, and then let's check your love oracle. All right, additional messages for fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have woman holding a heart, all tied up, community. Overall energy is deceit. So it's possible that you could have gotten tricked into doing something. Whatever happened, though, I feel like it led you to follow your heart. Excuse me, I feel like, it's being revealed that you're needing to just like trust your intuition or follow your heart. In a love situation, what's going on is that somebody's been keeping tabs on you and trying to show you that they love you from behind a curtain, behind a veil. And I feel like this person has been wanting to kind of lure you in or trap you in a sense. I feel like someone is wanting to possess you or keep you. Interesting, because now initially it was looking like there was someone who, unless it's talking about two different energies, but it was looking like initially that there was someone who was wanting to respect you. And maybe this person still does, but the way they're going about it is like kind of left-handed. Someone also might literally be left-handed. Yeah. I feel like somebody might literally be left-handed. Yeah. And I kind of feel, because I'm thinking like, what is it that they say about left-handed people? It's something that they say about left-handed people. It was something that I know they said about Obama, and I can't remember, but it is something. Put it in the comments if you know or remember. But it is something like about left-handed people saying. I don't know what it is. I can't think of it now, but I do feel that maybe that is like to kind of give you a clue or confirmation about who to distinguish who from in your energy. Even if this is a work situation, it seems like maybe you're being lured into something. It's like, okay, we'll get them this way. You know, maybe we will show a lot of support. Maybe we will, lift this person up, and then we have them where we want them. And then they'll also be doing work for us. So it's kind of like, you don't get something for nothing. Like, sure, whatever it is that you're being recognized for is a good thing. But I feel like the person behind the curtain, the person with the power, if they see a way to utilize you for their agenda, that's what they're going to do. So yeah, I feel like it can be in work or a love situation, but somebody is pulling some sort of strings and getting you to become a part of their organization or group. Or in a love situation, this might be somebody who, because that's another thing I was getting. The shadow side is that somebody is like, they like collecting people, and not in that sense. It's just like, oh, I like this girl, and I like this girl, and I like this one too, and they can be part of my harem. It's kind of like that. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna, the way I get them to stay is because I always buy them things, or I treat them, I take care of them. And this is maybe how this person is able to get away with it, because, at some point they're agreeing, they're like, well, if you down and I'm down, he's going to be paying for XYZ. That's how I see it relationship wise. And maybe they are committed to all three of you, or however many people are in this group. But this is what they're doing. They have to like reel you in. But the same thing with the company. It's like, hey, it's like once you're locked in with this company, they're like, we'll treat you real nice, but you're going to do what I need you to do. So, yeah, I mean, it's always two sides of a situation. All right, so let's look at your love oracle. You have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So regardless of what's happening, yeah, set some boundaries. Check in with you. How do you feel about a situation? If it is some weird, unusual situation, how do you feel about it? If you're going to be feeling bad, if you aren't going to be feeling good inside, then don't do it. If you feel like a situation, an unusual situation, is something you're okay with, then okay. This also could just be talking about something else in general, but just the key thing is to love yourself first. All right, so hopefully that helps. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.